She wore the green dress she said she bought just in case something special came up. I watched her from the couch while she checked herself in the mirror for the third time. "You look amazing," I said, meaning every word. "Thanks," she replied, without looking at me, adjusting an earring instead. No smile, no eye contact. She'd been at the firm a little over a year, and this night was a big one. Their 15-year anniversary gala. Rooftop venue downtown. Fancy jazz band. Catered everything. A guest list packed with high-profile clients. Her arena, not mine. I was more of a plus one than a partner tonight. In the elevator heading to the garage, I reached for her hand. She didn't pull away, but her fingers barely curled around mine. Her attention was miles away. I thought about saying something, asking her if everything was okay. But I told myself not to ruin her night before it even started. The moment we arrived, I felt like I'd stepped into a world I didn't belong to, like I didn't speak the language. Everyone wore sleek suits and designer dresses. Everyone had a name tag, a practiced smile, that effortless, curated charm. When the elevator doors opened to the rooftop, we stepped into a glowing space of glass and skyline. Soft jazz drifted through the air. Waiters passed around champagne and tall flutes. Clara was immediately swept into the spotlight. "Clara, you made it." "There she is, a department star. Come meet the partners." She let go of my hand. Just like that. "No, this is Daniel." No introduction at all. I followed her quietly, moving from group to group like a shadow. She smiled wide, her laughter effortless, tossing out compliments like they were party favors. I tried to stay engaged, hovered nearby hoping for a moment to join in, but the moment never came. Eventually, I stopped trying. At one point, she stood with her direct supervisor, Alan, a man in his 50s, sharp suit, silver hair, the kind of guy who always knows he's in control of the room. I lingered near them, waiting for some kind of cue to step in, a nod, a gesture, anything. Instead, Clara laughed, tilted her head, laid a hand on Alan's arm, and said, "You're terrible, Alan." That was it for me. I quietly made my way to the bar. "Whiskey," I said. "Neat." The bartender poured. I knocked it back in one go. It burned, but it grounded me. From across the room, I watched her like a stranger, trying to understand how someone could make you feel so invisible without saying a word. I found an empty cocktail table near the back and sat down. Pretended to scroll my phone. Pretended I wasn't watching her, but I was. She looked like someone else. Not just dressed up, transformed. Like she was trying out a version of herself that didn't include me at all. An hour and 20 minutes went by. She hadn't said more than a few words to me. No one approached. No one knew who I was, because she hadn't told them. Then came the worst moment of the night. A younger guy, late 20s maybe, confident, well-dressed, approached her. He leaned in too close. She laughed again, that intimate laugh I used to get in the dark, under blankets. She touched his shoulder. He whispered something. She tilted her head and smiled. I didn't need to hear it. I already knew. I waited another 5 minutes. She never looked over. So I stood, buttoned my jacket, gave her one last glance, and walked out. No scene. No goodbye. Just the soft sound of my own footsteps and the sting of being forgotten. I skipped the elevator, took the stairs, let every step pound out the ache in my chest. She didn't call me. Not right away. I got in my car and drove. No destination, just the road, the city lights fading behind me. Eventually, I pulled up at Nate's place. Texted him. "You up?" He opened the door in sweatpants. No questions. Just nodded toward the spare room. I said nothing. Slept without dreaming. When I woke up, my phone was full. 12 missed calls, for voicemails, a thread of texts. "Where are you?" "Why did you leave?" "I've been looking everywhere." "You could have said something." "Please call me." Asterisk, asterisk. I didn't respond. Back home, I knew she'd find the ring. I hadn't planned on proposing that night, but I was getting close. It had been sitting in the sock drawer for a week. I kept waiting for the right moment. Turns out, I was waiting on the wrong person. 3 days later, she showed up. Hair tied back, no makeup. Just Clara, the version of her I loved. The version who never showed up that night. We sat across from each other on the couch. I didn't mean to make you feel like you weren't important, she said. I didn't reply. I got caught up, she went on. It was work. Alan was watching. Clients were there. I didn't know what to do. Still, I stayed silent. I didn't mean to ignore you, Daniel. This time I looked at her. You didn't ignore me, Clara. I said, you erased me. There's a difference. She cried. I didn't. We didn't break up, not officially. But something cracked inside me. Something small and deep. And once it cracked, it never fully healed. Every now and then, she brings that night up again. Says she didn't realize how bad it looked. How bad it felt. But I remember everything. The sound of her laugh. The way she leaned toward someone else. The way I disappeared right in front of her. And the silence I left behind. Because sometimes the loudest thing you can say is nothing at all.